Hi there, welcome to Isle Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Leo energy, and we're going to talk about how different people might harness their Leo energy. Some people are very high vibe Leo. They're bold, they're brave, they're confident, they're authentic, they're warm, they're loving. They love and believe in themselves and believe in their dreams. Other people have a more worldly Leo energy where they're kind of more driven and inspired and motivated by the world. Could be money and materialism and status and image or ego that kind of drives their life. And then you have the people in shadowy Leo energy who are manipulative, prideful, emotionally defensive, who try to manipulate and control people to stay in relationships with them. So you're going to have to see which one you are. If you're cross watching for a Leo, you might find out you're the one who harnesses high vibe Leo energy, and the person you're watching the reading for has kind of more worldly or shadowy Leo energy. So we're going to get out some cards here, and then we're going to see what the story is about. Okay. The major underlying reason for the reading is the Emperor energy, which talks about it's Aries energy. Are people willing? Are they making good decisions in their own life? Have they learned lessons in life to master their heart, their mind, their 3D world, their creative, inspired, passionate, intuitive nature? Or are they more about wanting to look like a boss in the world, male or female, where they haven't mastered all those aspects of themselves, but they want to be the boss? Some people in high vibe Leo energy have a dream in their Aries energy. The Emperor's Aries energy too. They harness high vibe Aries energy. They operate from a foundation of love to see life from different perspectives and to see themselves and the world around them from different perspectives, because we can get in relationships and work together with other people in relationships, and then we can feel stuck. And we try to be loving and encouraging to them, to try to get them to keep moving forward, to bring a dream into reality. And sometimes we realize that the people we've been working with operate more from harnessing these energies in a shadowy way. They harness shadowy Aries, shadowy Cancer, shadowy Pisces. Emotionally, they're kind of immature, and they emotionally invest in operating more from pride and ego. And so then when they get in relationships, they think they can emotionally manipulate people, use their emotions, use other people's emotions against them to make them stay in a relationship with them because they feel stuck. It's like, perfect, we're all stuck. Neither one of us love and believe in ourselves, believe in our dreams. Let's keep investing in this relationship, operating more from fear, insecurity, pride, and ego. Won't that be great? And some people, that's their dream relationship. I want to be in relationships with people where I'm the boss, where I'm bossy and controlling. Shadowy Aries can be, it's all about me, my wants, my needs, my lust, my greed, my pride, my ego. You are supposed to work together with me, even though I'm prideful and egotistical. But because you maybe feel stuck and you maybe don't believe in your dreams, you're supposed to keep emotionally investing in me being like this. And then my dream can come into reality. That's great. I can emotionally manipulate you because you don't love and believe in yourself. We can make this relationship all about me. And while we're in it, I will be prideful, egotistical, and emotionally manipulative, bossy and controlling, because it's all about me. And if any of you had been in a relationship with someone like that, and you had been trying to get them to be more bold and brave and confident and get out of their ego and quit being maybe bossy and controlling or self-centered, eventually you wish them peace and said, I am going on a new journey in life. I am going to take bold, brave, creative action to get out of my ego about this. Because we can get in relationships with people and we can love them and we can want them to move forward with us in life, But if they make the free will choice to keep operating, instead of harnessing this energy in a high vibe way, they want to move forward, harnessing all these energies in a shadowy way. They want to keep being a fool, not having to grow up, not having to learn lessons, not having to heal from their past pain and heartbreak that maybe makes them act this way. They want to keep moving forward in pride and ego. They want to move forward in life in a way that looks very successful by the worldly standards, but they're keep their emotions buried beneath the surface. They're in death energy. They're not in loving energy. Being maybe more emotionally shallow, making life about death, sex, and taxes. You know, they could think that love is optional. I'm going to use my intuition in relationships to try to get people to move forward with me in a way that, it looks very successful by worldly standards because I want to look like I'm the boss. But I want them to put an end to loving themselves. I want them to put an end to listening to their intuition. I want them to put an end to being bold and brave and creative in their life. I want them to settle for being in a relationship where I'm the boss and they don't love and believe in themselves. They're not bold and brave and confident. They're kind of in their ego. They're kind of in their insecurity and wanting to stay in a relationship with me because by worldly standards, it looks like we're working together in a way that looks very successful and victorious, that looks like it's love to the world. But really, I'm kind of maybe bossy and controlling. I might be emotionally detached. I might act like a private detective in a relationship. They know they're not being truthful and honest and loving. And so they know they hide their more authentic, loving nature. They're in their pride and ego about letting their more emotionally vulnerable nature out in the world. So they just, in their pride and ego, use their emotions manipulatively in a relationship. Keep operating more from pride and ego. But they want to look like they're successful in relationships. So they try to work with people, creating this illusion that, oh no, I'll make good decisions that are best for all of us. So long as it is good for their ego and their image and that they look like they're moving forward in a successful way. But if anybody that they're in relationship with wants to make, move forward in a way that's more emotionally balanced based on love, that they could be intuitive that this person kind of likes to live a more emotionally shallow life and that's not their partner's dream, and their partner is trying to get them to get out of their more worldly nature of life and view of relationships, to listen to their intuition, to be more bold and brave and creative, to choose to live their life more authentically from love. This person that's in shadowy energy will do about anything to try to manipulate you and control you because they don't want to do love. Love isn't what they're motivated and inspired by. They're motivated and inspired to keep their more vulnerable nature hidden so they don't get hurt in the world, and to keep operating from this emotionally defensive, kind of prideful, egotistical way of being, and wanting people just to work with them the way it is. And they don't understand probably why other people, if it's moving forward, if it looks successful, it looks victorious, why aren't you willing to stay in the relationship? They just don't get it. But the thing is, you do have that creative, inspired nature within yourself. You don't ignore your intuition. You had a dream of working together with enlightened people who were vulnerable and loving, who were bold and brave, who were authentic and warm and emotionally balanced and loving. People who are willing to detach from old ways of being to move forward in the energy of love, listening to their intuition to guide them. Not their fear, not their insecurity, not their pride, not their ego, but love. A seed was planted within all of us. We all have our intuition, and our intuition is like a gift given to us, just like our eyesight and our hearing. Some people are like, nope, not going to listen to it. Nope, not going to make my life about love. Nope, not going to listen to my intuition. Nope, I want to do life the way I've done it. And then I want to move forward in life in a shadowy way where it looks like it's loving, where it looks like it's really victorious, that is based on love, but I'm hiding the fact that I keep my emotions buried beneath the surface. I don't want to be emotionally vulnerable in a relationship. I want to keep moving forward, thinking I should be able to live life this way and have other loving people stay in relationship with me because it looks successful and victorious, or because I don't really care if they don't love themselves, if they're fearful, if they're insecure, if they're codependent. So long as they're willing to do it this way, where it's more about me and my pride and ego and my emotionally defensive nature to being hurt, and they're willing to work with me, I'm good. We'll just keep moving forward like that. And I'll keep putting in work and effort to make them not listen to their intuition, to not love and believe in more, to not want their to be in an equally loving relationship. I want them, I don't care that they're not getting what they deserve. It's all about me. When you're emotionally defensive and fearful of being hurt, that you're not open and honest and authentic in a relationship, that's very self centered. I'm afraid of being hurt. I'm going to create this illusion, manipulate people to get in a relationship with me, present myself as being bold and brave and confident, like I'm willing to make good decisions. But really, my biggest fear is being hurt emotionally. So I am not going to do love. I'm going to present myself as loving, but I'm secretly just trying to get you to move forward in a relationship with me because of the ego and the image and the status. And if you start to love and believe in yourself, and you believe that there's like a higher truth or justice to aspire to in relationships or in the world, that you're no longer as motivated by just being in a relationship, or being in a relationship that looks like it's moving forward very successfully, maybe financially stable. If you start to think you're missing something and that you want me to grow and mature myself and be more vulnerable in the world and make decisions that are best for everyone involved, and not the underlying factor of all my decisions being, is this good for my ego and my image? Is this good for my status? Am I keeping myself safe from being emotionally hurt? Well, then I'm not going to do it. If you be bold and brave to get out of your ego nature, where I'm not willing to stay in a relationship just because of these reasons. I have a dream. I want to bring my dreams into reality. I love myself. I believe in myself. I've healed from past pain and heartbreak. I'm ready to move forward in a more loving, balanced, bold, brave, creative way. You could have tried to offer this person love to get them to move forward with you in this way, and they're just like, nope, not going to do it. Nope. If you won't move forward with me in this way, I will let you go. I will go offer my cup of love, my small, very small cup of love, because they don't want to invest very much emotionally, because then if it didn't work out, they could be hurt, and they'd rather live. Shadowy Scorpio is living a superficial life, being minimally invested emotionally. Doesn't mean they won't have sex with you, but being emotionally connected in with you on a deep level, no, it's kind of more superficial. Indulging themselves sexually in a relationship, having all the benefits of like a loving relationship, but they're not emotionally invested. The most important thing is to protect themselves emotionally. And if you won't do it the way they want you to do it, they'll go make a love offer to someone else who they think is stuck. Someone else who hasn't learned to love and believe in yourself. And no shame if you got in a relationship like that. We all get in relationships with other people to get clear about what our truth is. And sometimes we haven't learned to love and believe in ourselves. I think it's the hardest lesson people have as human beings, is to learn to love yourself, to take that creative, inspired action to say, I'm going to love myself. Because we've all got our worldly ego nature. We've all got fear. We've all got insecurities. We've all got self-limiting beliefs. And we hope that we can get in relationships with other people and it all just go great. And that maybe we really don't have to do that work within ourselves to really love and believe in ourselves, stand up for ourselves, be authentically ourselves, make good decisions in our own life. It's kind of like if I just get in a relationship with someone, maybe it'll all go okay and I don't really have to learn how to do that. But as we, since we have these lessons to learn in life, we get in those relationships, and as time goes by, we're ready for like the next level of life, to grow and mature ourselves. And we have been taking that action within ourselves to love ourselves and believe in ourselves. And we're more trusting of our intuition. And if our intuition is telling us, you know, you're ready for the next level of life, to detach from some old ways of being that could have been more indulgent, maybe indulging in the world, being a little bit more foolish, immature, maybe operating a little bit more from pride and ego. When your intuition is telling you, you're ready to put an end to some more childish ways, to maybe live your life in a more emotionally balanced way, maybe making some better decisions in your life. When you're ready to do that, some people in your life aren't ready to do that at the same time you are. You might be ready to go off to college or go get a job or move to the bigger city or move out to the country or, whatever the case is. And other people in your life, they're still kind of living life the way they were, and they're not. They're either not motivated and inspired to change and grow and mature themselves, or let go of their more immature or worldly ways of doing things. They could be people that are happy with the way their life is going and they ignore their intuition. They put an end to making good decisions in their own life, and they keep repeating these patterns of life and relationship, thinking, I don't have to get more emotionally balanced within myself. I don't have to make decisions that are best for everyone involved. So I think since this was the first set of cards that came out, some people have been in a situation, a friendship group, a family dynamic, a relationship, a work group, something, or feeling stuck because they've been trying to encourage someone to work together with them more cooperatively, but maybe the other person is stuck in a situation and they're not willing to take a leap of faith and be bold and brave and creative and live their life more authentically. Maybe they have people in their life that play on their ego or their lust or their greed or their fear or their insecurity, and they could have people in their life that try to manipulate and control them, and it keeps them feeling stuck. And until they're willing to make peace with the past, and that they could have other people in their life that they wish would move forward with them so they can move forward with you. They might have people in their life that are kind of prideful and egotistical and stubborn and manipulative, who are very maybe competitive. And in order for this person to detach from those people, they'd have to be more bold and brave and confident to get out of their inner conflict about leaving those type of people behind in their life. And they might love those people. It could be their own family group, or maybe a friendship group, but it's people in their life that they might be emotionally codependent on. Maybe they're kind of immature emotionally and they haven't done the work within themselves to be more bold and brave and confident and love and believe in themselves so that they trust their intuition. In our shadow nature, we can be codependent on other people for our sense of stability and emotional well-being. And maybe you would like someone who's kind of codependent on other people, who's manipulated by other people, and they're not bold and brave, and so they wish you would just quit doing what you're doing, put an end to it in the Scorpio death card, and just come back and stay in what they're stuck in. When we're in our shadow energy, it could be I'm fearful, I'm afraid, I'm more worldly focused, ego focused, image focused. I might have people in my life who are kind of manipulative or controlling and prideful and egotistical. I could be afraid that if I move forward in my life, living my life in a more authentic way, the way I'd really like to, I'm afraid that maybe, those people harnessing kind of a shadowy Aries energy will turn their back on me because I chose to go live my life and believe in myself and believe in my dreams. Because maybe the people in their life that they're kind of emotionally invested in, maybe those people never took bold, brave, confident action in their life. Maybe they get in relationships out of pride or ego. Maybe they use their emotions manipulatively. Maybe they're bossy and controlling people, and those are the type of relationships they're in. And that's kind of how they view relationships. And if this person really goes and gets in a relationship based on love, they could know that those people who like to kind of be manipulative and competitive and all that stuff won't like it. And they would have to be willing to the high vibe Scorpio death card talks about willing to emotionally detach from people who present themselves as loving, but it's more of a facade in the world, and living your life that way where we don't really listen to our intuition and authentically move forward in love. We get in relationships and live our life more of a life of facade. We look like loving people in the world, but really we're kind of stuck on either the ego and making our life about having this status and image, or where we're bossy and controlling in relationships. And you could have hoped that somebody would detach from some people in their life who are manipulating and controlling them. And eventually, if our intuition is telling us enough is enough, you deserve to be in relationship and move forward with people who really are willing to be bold and brave and confident in their own life. Because otherwise, if the people we want to be in a relationship are being manipulated and controlled by other people in their life, they're manipulated and controlled by their more shadowy nature or their prideful nature or their egotistical nature, we can't move forward with them. They're motivated and inspired by different things, or they're letting other people manipulate and control them, and they want you to let those same people manipulate and control you. And you're like, why would I let other people have so much power and control over my life? They're not the boss of my life. I'm not their child. You're not their child. Oh, some of them could be their child, I guess, if it's a family thing. But we're meant to be, that's not loving. If people aren't encouraging us to be bold and brave and confident, to get in the driver's seat of our own life, to detach from old ways of being, to give birth to new things, being bold and brave and confident, believing and trusting our intuition of what's best for us. Because what we're motivated and inspired by, too, can be different than what other people are motivated and inspired by. Like if they all want to be doctors and lawyers, but you want to be a painter and a singer. If they're all painters and singers and you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, they could emotionally be trying to stop people from seeing life any differently. No, you should do things the way we've always done it. This is the way we've always done it. We're not going to look at life any differently. We don't want to see life any differently. You should do it the way we do it. And then they kind of emotionally try to stop people using their love for them against them to manipulate them, to make them feel stuck. And some people just stay stuck there. Like, I feel stuck. It's like, well, I guess you'll stay there until it becomes so overwhelming that instead of thinking your dreams can come into reality with them, because who likes thinking your dreams going to come into reality with people who keep making you feel stuck, who maybe emotionally encourage you to be stuck, to operate from pride and ego, try to instill fear and insecurity in you about moving forward in your life, believing in yourself, trusting your intuition. You could get hurt out there. You should stay here. Just stay here. Let me control you and manipulate you. Some people just like to feel powerful. The Emperor energy is about feeling powerful. I'm the boss of you. I should be able to emotionally manipulate you. I am going to do things and invest in you in a way that makes you fearful and afraid of moving away from me. I'm going to try to stop you from listening to your intuition. I'm going to stop you from being bold and brave and confident in love, because then I'm not like the boss of you. And some people who have people like that in their life that they're don't want to detach from, then when you get in a relationship, they do that same thing to you because they don't want you. They're not willing to detach from the people in their life. So then they try to control and dominate you so that you stay here because they want to stay here, because they're not bold and brave enough to live their life differently or detach from the people in their life or their fear or their insecurity that manipulates them or their ego. And they don't want you, they want you to be manipulated by those same things. And you're like, oh my gosh, I have been here, I have done that, I have been in relationships with people like that. I can't live my life like that. You know, if you're imprisoned by your fear, your insecurity, your pride, your ego, other people, that's your free will choice. It's causing me a lot of inner conflict because the Six of Wands moves away from the Five of Wands. I can't stay in a situation where people are so competitive or prideful or egotistical or have all this inner conflict about being bold and brave and confident in love. I've got to go. And I am taking that bold, brave, creative action to believe in myself, to believe in my dreams. I'm going to take the action to get in the driver's seat of my own life, to take the reins of my dualistic nature, to love myself. Because my intuition is telling me I have got to get out of here or this is going to not end well with the Death card. Meaning it's going to be non-life giving energy. I'm going to feel stuck. I'm going to feel stagnant. There is nothing new to learn here. None of these people are growing and maturing themselves. They're doing the same things over and over and over and over. Probably harnessing shadowy Leo and shadowy Aries energy. I want to be bossy and controlling. Anybody who is willing to let me emotionally manipulate them and control them, anybody who's also related to them has to let me be bossy and controlling of them too. I am somebody here, maybe has a real God complex. They're supposed to be able to be a third party in anybody's relationship. I am the third party. I'm the boss. I don't care if you're in another romantic relationship. I still get to interfere in your relationship. I still get to try to control and stop you from being bold and brave and confident and detaching from me and living your own authentic life, because it's all supposed to be about me. Everybody, even though I don't maybe show people that's what it is, and I couch it between I love you, it's all about me and me feeling powerful. Not powerful enough to love you enough to let you live your authentic life. It's all about me feeling powerful, and I have to try to manipulate and control you. And if you leave, then I don't have anybody to manipulate and control to feel powerful. We either empower ourselves by loving and believing in ourselves and getting in the driver's seat of our life, where we don't have to try to manipulate and control other people to feel powerful. We love and believe in ourselves. We feel powerful within ourselves. The people who don't feel powerful within themselves, don't love and believe in themselves, haven't healed from their past pain and heartbreak, haven't taken creative, inspired action, who probably feel stuck in dead-end situations that they got themselves into, well, they kind of ran their life off into the ditch. And now, since they're not willing to take the action and make the decisions to go get themselves out of the ditch, they want to feel powerful by the influence and impact they have on other people in their life. And you could have been in a relationship with someone who has someone like that in their life. And they're not willing, they let that person manipulate and control them. And if it's not another person, it's just their ego and their fear and their self-centered nature that has control of their life. And if they let their fearful, insecure, self-centered, lustful, greedy, all about themselves nature run their life, in order for you to be in a relationship, you have to be willing to let that aspect within themselves dominate over you too. And you're like, no. I'm going to move forward with my more loving, hopeful, believing nature. If you want to stay in your ego and your fear and your insecurity and let other people manipulate and control you being that way. Free will. I'm going to align with my more loving nature that is willing to emotionally detach from things in my past and people in my past out of love and respect for myself, listening to my intuition, being bold and brave and confident. And I want to move forward with other people who've gotten in the driver's seat of their own life, who have detached from people in their life who profess to love them, that really want to control and manipulate them, who use people's love against them to try to get them to keep letting them control and manipulate their life. And if you knew someone who is presenting themselves as loving to you, who tried to dominate and control over you and intimidate you and maybe acting like a private detective and being bossy and controlling, indulging in the relationship out of pride and ego and more about image and status, you said no. And you're listening to your more loving nature. And you could be communicating with other people in the world who you think harness high vibe Leo and high vibe Aries energy, who love and believe in themselves, who when they felt stuck in relationships, they were bold and brave and confident. When they were stuck in their pride, their ego, their fear, their insecurity, their past pain and heartbreak, they were bold and brave enough to love and believe in themselves, to emotionally detach from that. Because when we can emotionally detach, where we work through it and we heal, we see the truth is what sets us free. Some people don't want to see the truth within themselves about how they're prideful and egotistical, that they're manipulative and controlling. They don't want to see the truth about other people in their life who probably control and manipulate them because they love them. Well, okay, you stay back there. You know, you either are stuck, unwilling to see the truth, martyring yourself, sacrificing yourself, or the truth sets you free. I love and believe in myself, and I believe in my dreams, and I think I deserve to be in mutually loving relationships, not with people who are trying to manipulate and control me. Not my ego, not my fear, not other people. We're meant to be free, to not be enslaved and imprisoned by our fear, our insecurity, our love for other people who are abusing our loving nature. We're meant to be in just, fair, balanced, loving, reciprocal relationships with people who make good decisions when they're in relationships with us because they love us, you know? And people are willing to let go of old, more foolish, prideful, egotistical, self-centered ways of being, or codependent or lustful, greedy ways of being, to keep moving forward in the energy of love. And those are the people you're moving towards and the people you're communicating with that you want to move forward with, that you have detached from people in your life that by worldly standards it could have looked very successful. But your intuition told you it was more superficial and surface, or what people didn't see behind the scenes was that this person really is emotionally manipulative and prideful and egotistical, or immature or codependent, or more interested in ego and image and money and materialism than love. And you've seen the truth and you've emotionally detached from that. And you might be intuitive about some people in the world who harness high vibe Leo Aries energy, who are moving forward in an emotionally balanced, loving way, and you would like to be their friend or be in relationship with them. And for some of you, when you were in that relationship dynamic with whoever it was, if it was a workplace or whatever, you know, eventually it's like, I am moving where I'm moving forward in life. I'm no longer going to keep emotionally indulging you being this way, because it can be someone who's kind of acting like a brat and they want you to keep indulging them being in shadowy energy, and you're like, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm moving forward, loving and believing in myself. I am listening to my intuition. I'm moving forward. You have the free will choice. What are you going to do? And some of those people, instead of being bold and brave and taking creative action to get out of their ego or the self-limiting view of, no, it has to be this way. This has always been my dream relationship. I never wanted to be bold and brave and creative in my life. I don't want to have to make decisions that best for everyone. Well, then stay back there and go find someone else to get in a relationship with. or they had the opportunity to be bold and brave, to get out of their ego about this kind of narrow view of life, to choose love, to look at life as an adventure to be lived, to put an end to their more superficial view of life of, but isn't it all about ego and image and money and materialism? It's like it is if you think it is. I mean, we all want stability and security, and we'd all like the finer things in life. But are we going to let that be what dictates our decisions in life? You know, love and the abundance of love, that is like a form of energy. Being in the flow of life-giving energy is love. When we're in the flow of love, we're truly in the energy of abundance. Things will flow to us. We listen to our intuition to guide us to the right decisions in our life. The divine knows those are the things we want to manifest. Are we going to do it aligned with love and intuition, having hope and faith and belief in our dreams? Or are we going to say, well, I don't know if that'll work out. I'm going to align with the world and my ego and my fear and my insecurity. Yeah, you know, maybe we can get some of those things more quickly, making our life about like getting in jobs we don't like, getting in relationships we don't really like, just because of the money and the stability. But we're never going to have a foundation of love living our life that way. And it takes having hope and faith and belief in yourself and believing that the divine will work with you to bring those things into reality. Or we can say, no, I'm going to work with the world. I don't want to listen to my intuition. I don't know if it'll work out doing that. You know? So when you move forward, it gave people the choice. And right now, there's definitely some people in your life who have chosen, no, I'm going to keep investing in pride and ego. I'm going to keep letting other people manipulate and control me because I let my fear and my insecurity and my pride and ego. And they're just like human manifestations of what goes on in my own brain. And that's what I'm going to align with. I think if I work with those people, my dreams will come into reality. There might be some other people in your life who aren't sure. Part of them wants to kind of like, I'm the boss. I don't have to listen to my intuition. I can do things my own way. But they kind of know and have learned lessons in life. In the Fool card, we go on journeys in life to learn lessons. Part of them could know we've done that before. All it does is make us feel stuck. All it does is cause us a lot of inner conflict. Some of those people will still do it because they're more aligned with their egoic nature and indulging themselves or being stubborn. And some of them won't. Some of them will be inspired to follow your lead and do the work to get in the driver's seat of their own life. Temper their more, because Leo energy is about tempering your more worldly, fearful, egotistical, prideful nature, immature, indulgent nature, and getting in the driver's seat of your own life, where I acknowledge I have this dualistic nature within me, and I'm not going to let one or the other run my life, in a sense that I'm not going to let my loving nature let me keep indulging other people who are acting in poor behavior. And that would be like equally out of balance in a loving way. And I'm not going to let my more fearful, insecure, or prideful, immature nature run my life. I'm getting in the driver's seat of my life, and I am letting go of old ways of being to give birth to something new. I want to move forward in the energy of love, trusting my intuition, and I'm going to look at life as an adventure to be lived and see where the divine is leading me. And I have learned the lessons I was meant to learn, making decisions from my heart. That could make me feel stuck when I let my more emotional nature run my life only. The Emperor is about harnessing all four elements. You could look at it like a hierarchy, like the heart, the mind, the 3D world, and our kind of passionate, lustful nature. And the Emperor sits above all of those, where before we could have let different aspects of ourselves run our life. Well, we let it because we had lessons to learn. The heart is running our life. Oops, our emotions are running our life. Okay. And hopefully we learned the lessons we were meant to learn, and we're bold and brave enough to move forward and learn a new lesson. So then it's like, oops, now our mind is running our life, and kind of our emotionally defensive nature, or getting all up in our ideas and we're kind of ignoring some of the other aspects of ourselves. But we have to go through those phases to kind of learn those lessons. And then eventually, hopefully, we learn how to master our heart, our mind, our 3D world, our passionate, creative nature. And we're able to move forward in a much more emotionally balanced way, making good decisions in our life from a place of love, because we've learned a lot of lessons, and how not moving forward in that way makes us feel stuck. And even though by worldly standards we could have gotten ourselves in some situations that looked very successful, it ended up there was nothing new to be learned there. We kind of can go in those directions until there's nothing new to learn there, and that's when we're kind of motivated and inspired to move forward in a different way. You might know some people in your life that still have a lot of lessons to learn about pride and ego, about letting their emotions run their life, let their ego run their life, let other people run their life. And there are several books or chapters behind you on the book of life. And you're ready to move forward and move forward with other people who are also in the driver's seat of their life, who don't abuse their power, don't try to manipulate and control people by pride and ego and using people's emotions or people's love against them. They move forward with people in a balanced way. They're bold and brave enough to move forward, listening to their intuition to guide them. So as some Leos are moving forward, they'll have some people who won't move forward with them, and they'll have other people who believe in that same dream between friends, family, siblings, coworkers, other people in the world. You'll have some people, romantic interest, not romantic interest, who will move forward with you because they realize that repeating those patterns of being manipulative or bossy or stubborn and prideful and egotistical isn't going to get them what they want, because they know you're moving forward with or without them. And if they want to go act like that, they can. You're going to go enjoy your life. So some of them will do that out of pride and ego. Others will come with you and get out of their more egoic nature to keep their own balance, to get rid of thinking it should be all about them, and they'll work together with you cooperatively to bring a dream into reality. And as you all move forward in your life, you're going to communicate to other people in the world, where you're going in life, and if they want to come with and be part of your group or your friendship group or romantic interest with any of you, they can. But they also have to be people who have done this work, because if someone new across your path is someone who thinks they're going to come in and be foolish and prideful and egotistical, you'll listen to your intuition and move on from them. And they're like, oh, I thought you were like these people, but I guess you weren't. Okay, I need to go find these people. So there you go, Leo energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.